What's happening, guys? I know it's been a while since the last video, but I was putting into practice a few of the things I was talking about in the last video, and part of that was just writing a few things down, a few thoughts I've been having, and I shared it with my cousin and he thought it was a good idea to share it with you guys. So yeah, here we are. Let me know what you think. Why do you wake up in the morning? The reason I want to ask you this is because I'm not sure if it's come to your attention, but everything serves a purpose. The building we are in, the chair you were sitting on, the lights, the sun, trees. Do you agree? Cool. So my next question is, who has domain over the earth? And I ask this with good reason. And if everything serves a purpose, and we have domain over the earth, then what is your purpose? Why do you wake up in the morning? This is what we're here to help you establish. I think a very good way to figuring out your purpose is to seek understanding. First, we must understand what we are. So what are we? If you said human being, you are wrong. What we actually are spiritual beings having a human experience, and there are key differences between the two. If you're a human, that means you are your body and you are your mind. And if you're a spiritual being, then your body and mind are vehicles you use to have the best possible human experience. This is where a purpose can come in handy. But in order to fulfill your purpose, you must understand how to use the body and mind correctly. And to use it correctly, you have to know what it is. Anybody disagree with me so far? Okay. So, a spiritual being. What is 6 times 8? 48. But before you gave that answer, what was the first thing you did? Work out the answer. Or if you already knew it, have the answer in your head. Either case, there was a thought in mind. What if you was in front of goal? Chances are you would have thought, I'm going to shoot before you shot. Thought then governs our actions. But what is thought? It is the conscious side of mind. It's the part of mind where we have direct control over it, where we make plans, dream, analyze, and feed ourselves for the future, i.e. to learn. It should also be brought to your attention that thought bears no limit to things in the physical world. Matter of fact, the only limit is that of the individual. Thought is not bound by time, it's timeless. To prove this, think where you was 10 years ago. Now think where you are going to be 10 years ahead from now. You've just gone 20 years in time. It is a well-known fact that invisible forces are not limited by physical obstacles. These spiritual forces, they adapt and change shape. And you see, as thought is the only activity we can do that is in essence limitless, thought then is the tool we use to move our spiritual being forward on a spiritual level. And as we established earlier, the spiritual governs the physical. So if you wanted to become confident, you have to exercise it like you would a bicep in the gym. And the more you work at it, i.e. have it in mind, the more confident you become. This then gives a clue into how to best influence the conscious mind. One way is to allow your situation, circumstances and environment to dictate how you think. If this is your style of thinking, you'll always be a reactor and a slave to these things. To be a master is to think whatever you like, regardless of your situation, circumstances or environment. This is where real power comes from, within, and through your actions, it manifests outwards. In conclusion, thought is the petrol for the car. It's always wise to have more than enough petrol to ensure you reach your destination. In other words, keep what you want in mind until it comes about. That is the gift of creation. And that's how every man-made creation was brought about. From money, cars and houses to government, rules and racism. They are just ideas people like you and me have brought into existence. Keeping it in mind allows the spiritual forces of the subconscious mind to go to work to help bring our ideals to life. More on the subconscious later. Whether the question is 6 times 8 or how to better myself, the process for finding the answers is always the same. It's just a matter of time and effort. So, is it fair to say then that thought is the activity of the conscious mind, and that the conscious mind is the tool that we use, something like a sat-nav? We input the destination and start our journey. And you see, the sat-nav's focus is so true, it gets to its destination almost 100% of the time. I'm not saying daydream here. You must work, but I cannot stress enough the importance of deep thought on what you want to do. How do you know when your thoughts are deep? You will act from it. In other words, the truer your focus, the more likely you are to reach your destination. The subconscious. Plain and simple, it just acts. But don't let that make you underestimate the power it holds. It has kept your heart beating so effortlessly all these years, keeps you breathing when it's not on your mind, orders your growth, stores all your memories and skills, like driving. As amazing as all that is, and I don't say that lightly, it serves a greater purpose still. It's the subconscious mind that connects us to God. You see, God created us in His likeness and image. So if the conscious mind is a tool for which we use to create, then the subconscious mind is a tool that God uses to help us create it. Let's think about this. Think of a time you set out and completed something. It could be waking up at 6 a.m. and going gym every morning, to starting a business and everything in between. Notice how you first have this idea in mind, and the point comes where it's in your mind so frequently you start to take action. And as you go along your journey, determined to complete your task, think of all the people, bits of information that came just at the right time. You think that is an accident? Luck? Coincidence? No, my friend, this is God's way of answering our prayers, helping us towards the end goal. Or how many times you've thought of someone and they call. It's not a coincidence, no such thing. In conclusion, the subconscious mind then acts from the information we feed it. So if you tell yourself life is no good, it's hard, etc., this is the food you feed your subconscious, and so must be your reality. This is the foundation for your actions, and as you could imagine, the fruits will bear the DNA of what gave birth to it. However, this works both ways. In other words, if you truly believed you are the best hotel owner in London and all your needs get met with speed, now imagine the fruit from this frame of mind, the powerful action you will now take into making it a reality, thus giving you more confidence to take on yet a bigger task. This then tells us how to use the mind correctly. If you've understood what I have said, it now becomes understandable why the conscious mind is better known as the guardian to the gate, and the subconscious mind is the domain where we receive our gifts from God, and the conscious mind is what we use to decide what gifts we want, hence the importance of controlling our thoughts. In final, the conscious mind is reasoning thought. The subconscious mind acts from past reasoning thought. Thank you guys for listening. It will be interesting to see what you guys think. Take care, spread peace, not war. More success.